The price of being beautiful. Adesewa and her younger sister, Temilade, were born into wealth. Their parents were one of the richest couples in Ikeja, Lagos. Their father owned several real estate properties, and their mother ran a successful fashion brand that dressed top celebrities. The girls grew up surrounded by luxury, expensive schools, private drivers, vacations abroad, and all the things that made people envy them. But when their parents died in a car accident, everything changed. Though the girls were still rich and well taken care of by their father's lawyer, Adesewa began to change. She became proud, selfish, and obsessed with appearance. She was beautiful, undeniably beautiful, the kind of girl who made heads turn when she entered a room. She knew it and she used it. Temilade, on the other hand, was quiet, kind, and simple. She loved her sister deeply, but she could already see how money and pride were starting to control her. After their parents' funeral, the lawyer put both sisters in charge of their inheritance. They were given a huge mansion in Lekki, cars, and enough money to live comfortably for life. But Adesewa took full control. She moved into the master bedroom, changed the entire house, and told Temilade to find something to do with herself. Temilade tried to talk to her one night. "Adesewa, we should start a business. Something that can keep the money growing. You know, Daddy always said wealth doesn't last forever." Adesewa rolled her eyes. "Temi, please, don't stress me. Money can never finish in this family. I'm going to Abuja next week for a fashion event. That's what I'm focused on." Over time, Adesewa started hosting parties in their mansion, loud ones that went on till morning. The house became a gathering place for rich kids, influencers, and fake friends who loved her lifestyle. Temilade couldn't recognize her sister anymore. She was no longer the sweet girl who used to pray with her every morning. Now she barely spoke without insulting someone. She judged people by what they wore, what car they drove, and how much they spent. Then came Iomide, a handsome young man who worked in one of their father's old companies. He was humble but ambitious, and everyone in the office respected him. When Adesewa met him at a corporate dinner, she was immediately drawn to his confidence, but something about his simplicity irritated her. She leaned toward Temilade that night and whispered, "He looks like someone that doesn't even know how to pronounce Rolex." Temilade laughed softly. "At least he looks like someone that knows how to pronounce respect." Iomide and Temilade became friends. They talked often, laughed, and shared ideas. He admired her calmness and how she carried herself without pride. Adesewa didn't like it. One day she warned her sister, "Temi, don't embarrass yourself. That guy is too small for you. You can't marry a man who doesn't even have a car. Think about our family name." Temilade smiled. "At least he has character." "That's worth more than 10 cars." Months passed. Iomide kept visiting the mansion, sometimes to discuss family business with Adesewa, but mostly to see Temilade. Adesewa thought he was just being polite, but slowly she began to notice something different. He looked at Temilade with admiration, not her. That bothered her. She was used to being the center of attention, the one every man wanted. So why was Iomide different? Out of curiosity, she decided to test him. One afternoon, she invited him to lunch at a luxury restaurant on the island. She wore her best dress, her most expensive perfume, and smiled all through. But Iomide didn't look impressed. When she tried to flirt, he said gently, "Adesewa, I respect you. But I think you're not the person you used to be. You've changed." Her smile froze. "Excuse me?" He continued, "You used to care about people. Now it's all about money, image, and attention. You're beautiful, yes, but beauty without kindness becomes ugly." That night, Adesewa couldn't sleep. His words echoed in her mind. A few weeks later, she found out something that shook her completely. Iomide had proposed to Temilade, and Temilade said yes. Adesewa was stunned. The same man she looked down on had chosen her humble sister. At first, she laughed it off. She told her friends, "Let her enjoy. It's just pity love. He'll still come back to me, but he didn't." Their engagement was beautiful, full of genuine joy. The same staff who once feared Adesewa celebrated Temilade with smiles. Even the lawyer who managed their estate said quietly, This one will make her parents proud. Adesewa watched from the sidelines, forcing a smile, but inside, she was broken. On the day of the wedding, she dressed in a stunning gold gown and sat quietly in the front row. Everyone thought she was fine, but her heart was heavy. When Temilade walked down the aisle, glowing and graceful, Adesewa felt tears welling up in her eyes. For the first time, she realized what she had lost. Not Iomide, not attention, but herself. After the wedding, she went home alone, stood in front of the mirror and whispered, "I had everything, but I wanted more. Now I have nothing, not even peace." Weeks later, she called Temilade and asked to see her. They met at a small cafe in Ikoyi. Adesewa held her sister's hands and said quietly, "I've been foolish. You have what money can't buy, peace and a good heart." "I'm sorry for everything," Temilade smiled. "You're still my sister. You can always start again," Adesewa nodded. "I will. This time, I'll build something real," and she did. She started a foundation in memory of their parents, supporting orphaned girls and teaching them self-worth. People began to see a new Adesewa, not the rich, arrogant one, but a woman with purpose. And that was when she truly understood the lesson life had been trying to teach her all along. Beauty may open doors, but character keeps them open.